ResMed AirSense 11 disassembly. Flathead screwdriver, .0 hex head. There's 3 screws here, 1, 2, and underneath the gray thingy we just took out. I have a tremor. It is not Parkinson's. Also have 6 cats that may make an appearance. Flathead screwdriver. It's kind of cut underneath here, so there's a bit of jerry rigging. You gotta kind of pop it up and shift it around. Be careful with the display screen. Now, you can put these screws back in to keep the display screen from bopping around. May make it a little bit easier. But I would recommend popping off, or at least taking the screws out of the motherboard, because last thing you want to do is break this stupid motherboard. Because this part is, at least for me, was tricky. There's 2 screws on top of the motherboard. Oh, don't forget to take out your SIM card. Should have done that first. It's late and I'm tired. I would also recommend when you go to reassemble, at the very least, pull this cord out because you're going to be fighting with this cord, and the power thingy is going to go up and down a lot. That's why you want to remove the screws on the motherboard, because the yellow thing can push up on the motherboard and get a hell of a torque on it. And then this part also sucks, because to get, okay, there's a screw in here. So for the 2.0, you need an extension on it. And then there's 2 more screws that need to be removed. There's one back in here and this one here. Those all hold down the casing to get to the motor. And then we'll, after you get these unscrewed, there's a lot of twisting and prying and probably swearing, although this is might be a little bit easier for me since I've already disassembled it twice tonight. But on this end here, there's 2 little prong thingies that hold this into here. When I get to it, in order to get it out, I've found that if you put the small screwdriver in here and pop that this way and then slide that, it'll pop right out, but it's a pain in the butt. And in order to get this out, you need to kind of pull on this, the back end, and pick that end up. So you kind of want to open it like this, and then you're going to have to push this front end forward while using a screwdriver to pop that down. And and then of course you're going to be fighting with the yellow thingy, the power coupling, and the faceplate will move around on you a bunch, but you can see it's kind of separating, I think, anyway. Probably would have been smart to take out the screws completely, and there. There's 8 total screws, although I think you don't have to take them. I would at least leave one of the screws in, or put one of the screws back in. Okay, it is starting to separate. Okay, so that's that there. And then, now it's separated, and I've kind of gnarled up the front of mine, so I'm not sure myself somewhere else. Here. Just that easy. Okay, so these are the two little hook thingies. And this foam goes here. And now you want to take the faceplate back off. It was just keep it on just to keep it from flopping around too much. Obviously you don't want to damage the power cord to it, and then that's the power cord to the motor. And then this just kind of lifts off, and you can anyway, and then this is the power cord to the motor, and if you pop that up, it just slides right out, no problem. And then here is where your motor is, and the cord comes right out, and then there's a little tab here. I know I haven't gotten my new motor yet, but I haven't done this. Okay, so I was able to pry, there's a little tab there, I was able to pry it up with my flathead. And then, I'm not going to do it, but now anyway, but after I get my new motor, I will clean this all out. But you're supposed to be able to pop. So there's a little tab in there. So it was like that when I opened it up. And apparently if you turn it till the tab slips in, Maybe this pops off. I don't know. So my CPAP was out of warranty, and I'm not eligible for a new one for another 6 or 8 months. And I don't want to go without. I'm on a backup one right now. Okay. So, going backwards. I think that is actually supposed to sit in there, this little notch. It's got to be the way it's supposed to be. I will tell you the problem with the tremor is sometimes you don't want to try to do things that trigger the tremor. But it is, specifically using small tools. Sometimes you just gotta do it. Okay, now, so that is back in. And I'll push that back down, snaps into place. Now, kind of what you want to do is okay, so just gonna focus, but right here it says BCA. That's how it plugs in to the power coupling. Kittens. Sorry, cats. Okay, so I slid it in the slot and then press down, close that lid. And then what I've found works best is to wind the cord on the motor. So kind of turn the motor so that the cord winds in. Sorry. And then this just kind of slides right there into place. Just like that. Easier on the 5th time. Okay, now I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do it, but I might get rid of these 2 tabs just because it's such a fight to disassemble. I mean, crisis. I'm 25 minutes in and I'm just getting back to reassembly. But getting it back in is nothing compared to getting it out. So you just kind of, push in. And of course I missed this time. There. Okay. That one's in. Okay. And then this is the pain in the butt part. This thing likes to flop around, and so while you're closing this down, you have to futz with this. You have to futz with this. This is best left out because these cords can get in between and gum up the works. You want to leave the motherboard unscrewed. You might as well leave the faceplate unscrewed too. And then you just gotta kind of keep working on it to get it back together. And you don't have to pull on the bottom. And this with the yellow. This has to come out and set down in here. Here, the foam needs to be down. It likes to come up. So I have to push the unit that way and pull out at the same time. And of course, you've got to watch stupid cord. But when you get it, it just kind of, everything falls into place and you go, well, that was easy. And of course, it's not. It's just awful. Okay. See, the motherboard is tweaked. There we go. Okay. I think get the motherboard seated, you have to pull out on the back end. I may have made the power cords a little too snug. Okay. There's a little pokey uppy thing right there, and I was sitting on top of it. Okay, so the yellow thing is seated, the board is down, plug that back in. Wrap that back in. Let's see. Obviously, there's probably a better way to disassemble this. I had to figure this out on my own, mostly. I did see somebody else show the disassemble parts, but didn't actually show the disassembly. Apparently he put it behind a paywall, which I think is just rude. Anyway, now we put the screws back in. So there's 3 screws here that we do first. So one down there, one down in here, and this one here. needed the extension for these tight ones, of course, but seated. It is. So I'm getting a new motor off of that billionaire's website. I don't know if there's any other place to get them. And this is the one where you have to kind of seat it under the black lip and kind of butts with it to get it seated. Okay. And of course you got 4 prongs here that need to be that's in. Now 3 more screws here. Did I forget to put some screws in? Why do I have 5 screws? Did I forget to screw in the motherboard? I think I forgot to screw in the motherboard. It is 2 a.m. here, which is late for me. Oops. You gotta watch this screen. Yep, look at that. Motherboard screws. Okay. Maybe get this side under the black thingy. Easy, guys. All right, so it's all seated around. It clicked into place. It felt right. Okay. And so, let's see. Okay. It's all in place. Oh. Okay. Seated. Okay. Okay. Put my thingy back in. If you aren't able to see that, that snaps in. To unsnap it, there's a little tab there in the back on the far left. You just push that in. Push that in and it pops right out. Now you can get to that first screw. I don't think I explained that. And then just pops in. Okay, now we just do proof of concept, proof of life. That gets plugged in. Sorry, cat. Powered up. Okay, that's it. I'll probably, anyway, thanks.